Yes, good morning to all. Today I will explain about the fourth unit in embedded system design. So the fourth unit is the RTOS based embedded system design. Okay. So in fourth unit it will cover these topics. The topics are operating system basics, types of operating systems, task, processes and threads, multiprocessing and multitasking, and task scheduling. So this is the fourth unit syllabus. Okay. So first I will explain about the operating system basics. Okay. So actually operating system means it is the like interface between the user and hardware device. Okay. Here the definition of the operating system means the operating system acts as a bridge between the user applications or task and the underlying system resources to a set of system functionalities and services. So that means here it is the like interface type. Okay. So that means from user and hardware devices. So we need to run the application. So it is the like interface using the operating system. That means the user can execute the many task operations, and also they can install the application, uninstall the application, they can run the many application. Okay. Here the operating system means it manages the OS operating system manages the resources and available to the system, makes them the user applications or tasks on a need basis. So here operating system basics. Okay. So if we are taking the user interface and hardware itself, so we have the operating system. Observe the diagram here. Operating system, user interface program. That means here it is the user mode, this is the kernel mode. So here kernel mode means, so it will manage the hardware devices. That means to communicate the hardware devices, that means it will communicate the task, one task to another task. So here from user and operating system we have the one software, so that is user friendly. That means you can install the application and also uninstall the application. So that maybe we can access the browser or email reader, music player, this and all. Okay, these and all applications. Operating system basics. The primary functions of an operating system is make the system convenient to use, organize and manage the system resources efficiently and correctly. So here the architecture of operating system. So user applications, then underlying hardware. So here user applications means application programming interface, API. Here device driver interface. So that means here the kernel services will provide the memory management, process management, time management, file system management, IO system management. Okay. So the kernel will manage the memory. So suppose you are writing the data or you are typing some data in Excel or Word document. So that data is stored in particular memory location. That memory and all will manage the memory management. So on process management, that means from one task to another task communication it will perform. It will manage the task communication and also time management. So file system management means we can create many files. So for each file we can load this data. That means each file it store the some amount of the memory. So like that internally it will manage that file system. IO system management, that means from user and hardware, so it will communicate and manage the input output system management. Okay. So actually the kernel is the core of the operating system. Okay. So whenever you are taking the operating system, it has the kernel means it will communicate the tasks and also execute the tasks and managing the memory devices. That means to manage it will manage the memory management. Okay. So go to previous slide. So and also it manage the process management, time management, file system management. This and all will take care the kernel. It is responsible for managing the system resources and the communication among the hardware and other system services. So whenever kernel act as the abstraction layer between the system resources and user applications. Okay. So that means it is the layer that means between the from user and system resources. So it like act as the interface type. So whenever you are taking the kernel contains a set of system libraries and services. So here for a general purpose operating system, the kernel contains different services like process management, primary memory management, file system management, IO management, secondary storage management, protection, time management, interrupt handling. So here these types of services will provide the kernel. So whenever you are taking interrupt handling, suppose I am running the one application, suddenly I want to install the another application. So that means interrupt will give the first priority to install the application. So time management, it will communicate the devices, it will manage the time management. So and also secondary storage. So whenever you are taking the primary management means if you are taking the RAM, ROM. Okay, RAM means, so if you can take the 2 GB, 4 GB, that means it will give the for all tasks itself same memory, okay, to run the speed of operation. So whenever read only memory, it store the data, that means permanent storage. But we need to take the secondary storage memory management. So that means secondary storage management means we can take the hard disk, pen drive, this and all. So that means it will support and store the data in secondary storage management. It will manage the that memory. Okay, if you are taking 1 GB, it will manage the 1 GB data. Okay, so how it manage? If you are creating the different files, it will give the that file, each file itself sufficient memory manage. Okay, it will give the sufficient storage of the that file. So actually here memory gets divided into two distinct areas: user space. The user space, which is a set of locations where normal user processes run, that is everything other than the kernel. Okay, so whenever kernel means it is the internal operation, it will manage the memory and process and all. Okay, but user space means user have the some space, that means the set of locations from the normal user process. So that means to run the process. So whenever you are taking the role of the kernel is to manage the applications running in this space from messing with each other and the machine. So whenever you are taking kernel space, the kernel space which is the location where the code of the kernel is stored and executes under. So suppose we written some code, that code is stored in particular memory location. Whenever you are calling that code, the kernel will respond and give the priority to that code, and it will execute the code and it display that application. Okay, suppose I need to install the application. That means for application backend it is written some C language or Java program. So that means whenever you are seeing that application, that is the only .exe file. We don't know that background is written program and all. Just we are installing that application. That application is installed, then we can whenever you are click on that is execute that application. Suppose we can take the example is the calculator. The calculator is the application. Whenever you are clicking, it will execute. Suppose I need to do multiply the operations. Okay, 12 into 12. So it will give the result. Suppose I was given some value. Okay, 20 into 20. It will give the 400. So otherwise I will give the 20 plus 30. It will give the 50. That means it run the application, but backend maybe that software person or they written the code. That means so that background that code, Java based code means they written the code and run the application. That only we are seeing only exe file. Okay. So next one is the monolithic operating system. So whenever you are taking the monolithic operating system is a very basic operating system. So that means monolithic operating system also it will manage the memory and device management and process management. So that is directly controlled by within the kernel only. So that means all these components like the file management, memory management, etc. are located within the kernel only. So whenever you are taking the observe this diagram, monolithic kernel, so for user space, application libraries only available. Kernel space, file system, interface, inter-process communication, IO and device management. fundamental process management. Okay, so this and all hardware. For user interface, they can install the application, they can uninstall the application also. Okay, so whenever you are running the application, so that time it run the application. But internally kernel space, what it do, whenever you are running the application, internally it will manage the memory manage, and also manage the device IO on devices. Okay, so inter-process communicate, it will communicate the task of communication, one task to another task, or another task to that particular task, like that. Okay, so next one is the features of the monolithic operating system. Simple architecture, this type of operating system has a simple architecture. All the components needed for processing are embedded into the kernel. Works for the smaller tasks. Okay, it is used for the to works for the small task, that means it have the limited resources. So whenever you are taking the communication between the components, so that means the components will directly communicate the from one to each other. Okay, so then next one is the fast operating system. The code to make monolithic kernel is very fast and robust. Okay, so examples of monolithic operating system: VMS Linux OS by 360, Open VMS, AX BSD Multics. These are all examples of monolithic operating system. Microkernel operating system. Microkernel designs incorporates only the essential set of operating system services into the kernel. Rest of the operating system services are implemented in programs known as servers. So that is only run on the user space. The kernel design is highly modular, provides OS neutral abstraction. Whenever you are taking the monolithic operating system compared to here micro kernel operating system, it has the number of tasks. That means here monolithic operating system, observe this slide, it have the limited source. Whenever you are taking the micro kernel, it have the more limited more resources it have. Okay, so whenever you are taking micro kernel, observe here the diagram, servers applications. This here microkernel will manage the process task and also manages the task. So servers means, so here kernel services running in the user space. Okay, here application, the users can select the any application to run the application. Suppose you can take the game, whenever I am playing the game, it performed the task of operation. So and also I need to write the, or I need to use the kill software, that is also one software. Okay, so like that internally it will what do, it will do to process the and communicate the tasks. Benefits of microkernel: the business, if any problem is encountered in any services, in server can reconfigure and the restarted without the need for a restarting the entire OS. So any service we can restart that service. So we need not to restart the entire OS. Okay, configurability. So the server application can be changed without a need to restart the whole application. Okay, you can change the server. Okay, thank you. So if you have doubts, ask me. Otherwise, next class itself also you ask doubts. Okay, thank you. If you have doubts, you ask to now also, or after that if you get doubts, you ask in class also. Okay, in classroom also. Thank you.